Morning, everyone. The house is still a bit of a shambles, or the backyard at least. Just finished cutting up all that foam and cardboard that was here. I cut it up into decent sized, manageable chunks. It's all in my car, ready to go for Sunday. We've got a recycling plant up around the corner. You can take green waste, foam, cardboard, plastic, motor oil, batteries, things like that, anything recyclable, and it's free. And yeah, so rather than fill up our bin here, we got a recycling bin, but it wouldn't be big enough to take all that. So I've just got the blower out and cleaned up everywhere because there was little white things everywhere. I vacuumed as much as I could, but then while I was at it, I just blew the whole backyard down, all the table and everything. Still pretty dirty. It needs a wash. Uh, and Did the front yard, watered the garden. It's going to be hot today. It's going to be like 37, 38 degrees. I'll put it in Fahrenheit, but I'm going to not keep doing that. 37's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I think, around about. 38's a little bit hotter than that. So, yeah, around the 100-degree Fahrenheit. I've got to lock that gate too. I've come up with, the ideas have been flowing. So, I had an idea because we just got back from camping and we didn't bring everything. We didn't bring all our cooking stuff. So the car wasn't as much as what we would normally bring, and it was chock a block. We couldn't fit another thing in. So I know I can fit it in if I really think about how everything goes in. But it was a real struggle. The door's barely closing. I had stuff on the back seat. I should have taken a photo, but yeah, I had stuff on the back seat, like the air mattresses and stuff. And then the dogs' things on top of that, and then the dogs. And the dogs were like, their head and our head were the same level. They were right up high, and it's not good if you're in an accident. They're going to go straight to the windscreen. So, and the fridge is on the back seat, so they don't even have the whole back seat. They've only got 3/4 of it, or 2/3 of it, really. The other 1/3's taken up by the fridge that we've got. So I was thinking, I'll put some photos up. You can get those cargo carriers that go into your hitch mount cargo carrier. I was going to make one because I just finished making that bike rack, and that costed like under $100 to make that bike rack. And I can get steel pretty cheap from a guy up around the corner. So, but he doesn't do anything less than 30mm by 30mm. That's what I used for the main bar on that bike. And that's a bit too thick for the car. It'll be way too heavy. And I'm not bad at making stuff, but I wouldn't be able to make it so it all folds up and goes away easy. So I think I'm going to buy one. They've got them around the corner in Malaga. They got them for, I think they're $300. Online, it's about the same price as online, actually. I'm going to keep, we don't need it right now, and we're not going camping for months. So I'm going to keep an eye out on Marketplace. There was one for sale the other day for $175. I jumped on it, but he'd already sold it, so missed out on that one. There's another one on there for sale at the moment. I'll put the ads up and what prices you can get them for and everything. There's another one for sale, but he's ages away. He's like south of the river, like halfway to Mandurah, pretty much. If I'd seen it in Mandurah, I probably would have gone and got it on the way back or on the way there. That would have been a good trip to tie it into, but it's just too far to go just for that, so not worth it and I think he wanted 250 or 200 for that one. For an extra $50 is probably what I'm going to spend in fuel to get there and back. I can go buy a brand new one from just up the road here with a warranty. I am going to add lights to it though. So it's definitely going to happen because with that cargo rack thing, I'll be able to put the tent, the sleeping bags, the air mattresses, just light stuff. I wouldn't put the esky on it. So just the light stuff, the big bulky items to get it out of the car, and that'll be really good. Put a net over it. We're not going to go camping when it's raining, but if it does sprinkle or for whatever, I'll have a tarp ready to go on it, and then put the net over the top and strap it all down. I'm going to put my auxiliary number plate on it as well. I'm going to put lights, stop, indicator, probably reverse lights because of the lights I'm looking at getting. I was a bit pressed for space with that bike rack because the bar's so thin, so I had to get the real slimline lights. Whereas this one's a bit high, it's 150mm high, so I've got plenty of room to play and get decent sized lights on there. And you can buy the all-in-one light, so they're an indicator, brake and reverse light all in one. So that's what I'll do there. I'm going to use I'm not going to get another auxiliary plate. I'm just going to get the one off my first bike rack that I did, because I'll probably end up using the second bike rack more often than the first one. The first one's a hanging type of bike rack. Okay for the gravel bike, but the the electric bike's too heavy to put on it. But I've made it so that this other one that holds it down the bottom at the wheels will fit both bikes. So I'll probably end up selling that bike rack, the hanging one. I'll get the auxiliary plate off that and put it on this cargo thing. Yeah, and just by getting the tent, the sleeping bags, probably one of the boxes, or maybe we got a portable toilet that we bring with us, so probably the portable toilet, the tent, the sleeping bags, and the air mattresses. Just by getting them, here they are. Just by getting them out onto that cargo rack will solve all, like the fridge will be able to go in the boot, the dogs will be able to have the whole back seat. Yeah, it'd be so much better, so much better. So, but yeah, I'm not going to go rush out and buy a new one, because like I said, we don't need it now. It's getting too hot to go camping. We just got a tent, no aircon, so I'm not going to go camping when it's like today, 37, 38 degrees. It's not going to happen. So we've only got a few months of the year that we can actually do it. So yeah, no rush. I'll wait. I'll just wait over Christmas, and then if I haven't found a good second-hand one by kind of March, then I'll go and buy a brand new one and deck it out. So that's one idea I've got. I'm going to have to write it down so I don't forget it. The next idea I got, because we just got this sauna, we've got a clothesline just here. Just cleaned all the grass up and everything. We've got this clothesline, goes across to there, and we always hang our clothes out here, but it's not an effort, but you don't want to do it just willy-nilly just for a couple things, because the dogs have got their own towels for when they have a bath every week. Because we've just got that sauna, we're going through towels a lot more often, so you sweat a lot in there. I know it's a bit gross, but you can't just be washing them every day, because you'd be doing 2 loads of washing every day. So we're going to try and stretch them out. Obviously you have a shower straight away after, so it doesn't matter if you're sitting on some, sweaty towels or whatever. But I'm thinking for the best way is I'm thinking about putting a pop-up clothesline just here. Obviously, if I can get it small enough, maybe here, but I don't think they come that small, so they might have to go here. So what I'm going to do is measure this wall up, include the gutter in there, include the windows, and up to here, and then that way I can get something that kind of fits around. Just the smallest one. It's really just for their towels once a week. The towels from the sauna, maybe the odd tea towel, maybe I don't know, my bike clothes when I go bike riding, I can hang them up here just to air them out. That'd be really good. In summer, you can see now this shade is pretty much like this all day. In summer, so it's not in the sun. I don't like hanging my clothes out in the sun. I know you should, but just outside's good enough, just to air them out. In winter, they'll cop the sun, but the sun's not as strong in winter. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a photo, and then put and I'll measure it, make a dummy map, and then I'll take a photo and put the measurements, and then yeah, we're going to suss out a clothesline maybe today or tomorrow. Oh no, it won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, we're busy, but yeah, so suss out a clothesline for that, and that'll fix that problem. So that's what this video is going to be about, not about the cargo rack. That's going to come future down the road. Okay, so I've just made that little drawing up there. So I'll put the screenshot of the thing I'm looking at, the clothesline I'm looking at, but that gutter probably won't be in the way because of the way that it is at the back there. So I can put it where it says 1.23. I think the thing I'm looking at is 1.5, so it won't fully fit in this first bit, but I don't really want it right there because you'll come around that corner and collect your head on it. If anything, I kind of want it where the 0.82 is and the 0.35 is. So one arm will be where the 0.35 is in around there, and then the other arm where the 0.82 is. And it'll overhang that window, but that's fine. That you can see that window, you can't see out of it anyway. It's a frosted window. So, and if I put it on the other side, 0.35 to where the 1.19 is, you're going to have the bins right there. So I don't really want it there. So yeah, up high, I'm going to put it up quite high, probably around or maybe just under the top of that window. Probably even where that arrow is on the right hand side of the 0.82. Around there, somewhere quite high, so that way even if it is out, I can still walk under it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's only going to be used for the sauna towels just to air them out. It's going to be used maybe bike riding clothes, maybe tea towels, and maybe when I wash the car, I've got a whole heap of rags that are wet, or you put them in the wash and wash them, and then they can just quickly go there rather than just have to take out that big clothesline for no reason. So yeah, that's it there. That's the one I'm looking at getting. There is one cheaper for 69, but it looked really flimsy, and the reviews were it only worked for a little bit and then broke. And the wind, if it's too windy, they collapse. This one looks really hefty. So it's got galvanized steel plus powder coating. You can get them in a heap of different colors. So I don't know if I'll get this color. But yeah, you can get them in. You can actually get them to be the same color as our fence there on the right. That's a woodland grey color. It's a Colorbond colour, and you can get them in Colorbond colours. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool if I can get them in that, or maybe even in the anthracite black, which will then match our window frames. So that might make more sense, or a brown to match the bricks. It doesn't really matter. No one's ever going to see it. So yeah. So I'll head down to Bunnings. I'm going to go now. The missus is still a couple of hours away from coming home, so I might go and take the advantage while she's not here, and she doesn't know about this, so she's just going to come home to a clothesline. But I can't imagine she's going to be disappointed or angry about where I put the thing. So it's all good. So I think I've got fixings, but I'll have a look on the box. It should tell you if you need to buy fixings for it, like those bolts. But yeah, we'll see. If it does need it, I may even get those Tapcon bolts. I don't mind them. I've got those, those Goldie expanding ones. I've already got a heap of them, so got plenty of options. But we'll find something anyway. But anyway, yeah, I'll head down to Bunnings and I'll pick the video up when I get back. All right, I thought might as well come with us. I forgot my microphone. Bugger. Oh. I'm just going to go up this way. It's not really the way I go normally to Bunnings, but they've just poured They've just poured a house slab. Just wanted to have a look. I just saw the concrete truck go. That was really quick. I took the dogs for a walk, and then like 2 hours later, what's the time? Yeah, 2 hours later, the concrete, they hadn't even started. And then 2 hours later, the slab's down. Yeah, so that's it there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it out the window. It's pretty cool. It's not a very big house, I suppose. And then the other one next door is getting all its drainage pipes put in. Stormwater, yeah. Drill bit, I gotta remember a drill bit because I broke one the other day, so I need a 3.5mm. I might just buy, I normally buy like a 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4mm. After that, you don't really break them, not very often anyway. But those little thin ones I break all the time. So I've got to remember that too. I've got it written on my phone. I always forget, even if I write it down I forget, but I've got a list on my phone, a to-do list. It's pretty handy, you just write things down, and then that way when you're at Bunnings or Kmart or Big W or whatever, you just flick open your phone and there might be something in there that you wrote down a month ago or whatever, and off you go. This is kind of the same area I go riding in. I was going to go riding today, but it's going to be ultra hot, so I think it might just be a sauna day today. Even though that's hot, but yeah, you're not in the sun. Actually, I was talking to someone over the weekend. I mentioned it in a video that the sun, I know it's the same sun all the way around the world, but there's something different about it in Australia. Like 20 minutes and it's like needles in your skin, and you really want to go inside. Whereas if you're in Europe or something, somebody was mentioning about it in Europe, and I said, yeah, it's different, isn't it? And he goes, yeah, in Europe you can stay. Oh, that's right, it was the guy that does our tax. It's tax time for us here. He just come back from Europe. He's been in Italy and Scotland, and yeah, he said you can stay the whole day out in the sun and you get hot but you don't get burnt. Whereas in Australia it's like half an hour to an hour and you'd be red, and you'd feel it that night when you go for a shower and you got hot water on you. You can just feel it in your skin. It just really burns, and you got to go rubbing aloe vera all over you just to cool off.
And that's only if you're in the sun for like half an hour. If you stay way longer than that, you'll get like first degree burns, and you got to have ice packs, and then your skin starts to peel, and you can't move. You can't even put a sheet on because it hurts. And if you get it really bad, I've only had it once before. You can get heat stroke, and that's really dangerous. If you get heat stroke, you start just being disorientated. You can't talk properly. Headache, massive headache, migraine, throwing up. Drink and then throw up. You can't keep any fluids down, and that's a lot of people die from that. So yeah, that's a real, that can kill you. That stuff real bad. But yeah, that's if you're like the whole day out in the sun, and it happens. I mean, there's different degrees of heat stroke as well. Not if you get heat stroke you're going to die. You can just get the migraine and the throwing up, as long as you catch it early enough. But if you're outside and you ignore the dizziness, ignore the throwing up, ignore the headaches, and just keep persevering and think that you just got to drink water and be all right, then yeah, that's when it starts getting dangerous. It's just, yeah, there's not much they can do. If you go to a hospital, I think they just pump you with IV and give you fluids and stuff, but sometimes the damage is already done to your brain and to your body and to some of your organs, so it's irreversible. So yeah, you got to watch out. And here we are at the Bunnings. Oh, no, don't. Yeah. Got my normal spot I normally park in, just next to. Yeah. Nah, he's in it. I normally park where that ute is there. Anyway, I'll park here today. Might even reverse it in. I normally park here because just behind is a walkway, and you don't have to go walking between cars and get run over. Safety first and all that. That's close. Let's go and have a look how close that was. Oh yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. That's the one. We've only got the two there. Light grey or anthracite black. See if there's any other colours, but nah, they're all light grey. So I'm going to go the black one. I don't know actually. Yeah, go the black one. The black one's going to show the dust a bit more, that's all. Any, mini, miny, that's it. Grey. Alright, so we've got a good assortment there. Every half mil from 1.5 mil up to 4.5 mil, I think it is. 2.5 to 1.5. Yeah, 4.5 mil is the highest, 1.5 mil is the smallest. And everything in between. So keep me and my stupidity pushing drill bits too hard for another year or so, hopefully. And then I think I might splash out on a new drill bit, because these Viper bits, they're not bad, but they're not sharp. Like I said in the previous video, I just opened a brand new one and it was just bouncing off the steel. Chucked it in my sharpener and she come good. And they don't last for you got to keep sharpening them. If you're using them in wood, I reckon they're really good. But if you're doing steel, any type of like hard steel, they just die. Yeah, one hole and you got to resharpen them. So I was just looking at new. I don't know if that brand Kango or Kanga. They $125 for a 25 piece drill bit, or 64 for a 19 piece, I think it was, which is kind of what I've got now. So yeah, I might look into getting a new kit. I'll do a bit of research. May even not buy it from Bunnings. Might get it from like a machinery place or something, some decent quality ones. And then probably, hopefully, they're the last drill bits I ever buy. They last years and years. I mean, I've had this kit for a long time. The box is starting to break. That's how long I've had them for. So yeah. See how we go with that. Oh, I've gone the wrong way to go get a coffee, but that's okay. There is another coffee shop just down here where the good pub is. I wouldn't mind getting a beer instead of a coffee, but not yet. It's only 26 degrees and they're saying it's going to be 38 today. So it's really windy. We've actually had like wind warnings that they reckon it's going to hit 80, 90 k an hour winds. So that might be keeping the temperature down a bit, and it's an easterly as well. So I don't know. So normally when you get strong winds in the morning, the sea breeze takes longer to come in because it's got to fight the stronger easterly. The sea breeze is a westerly. So yeah, here's a coffee shop. Yeah, so if you get strong winds in the morning, normally that lull with no wind is a bit longer. So that might be why it's going to be hot, because it's going to be, the sea breeze is not going to come in till a bit later. Park next. Oh, he's parked right on the line, that Mustang. Leave that. Where are you going, mate? Oh. Just park here. Alright, back soon. .28 degrees, so I'll give it a shot now. Oh, that's the business right there. That's a good. God, there's just cars everywhere. What's going on? Alright, I'm going. Yeah, I can't tell what milk they use because I drink almond milk, and we use a pretty good one at home, pretty creamy. But this is next level creamy. That's really nice. It's probably due to their machine too. They've probably got a really good machine. Oh, everyone was just out to get me then. Don't know if you saw that, but the first guy was in the middle of the road. That guy with a bull bar on the left wasn't going to stop, and the other guy was coming right for me. Oh, yeah, it's really nice that. We got a half decent machine. I think it was about $1,000 or something. There's a magenta. I can't remember how you say it. Pro Plus, or I can't remember. But you put beans in, it grinds it, makes you coffee. It's got the steaming wand for your milk and all that. It's not a pod machine. We had a pod machine and I just got over it. We were spending like hundreds of dollars on coffee at a time, and they weren't strong enough either. I found it. I was in a big mug. I was using up to three pods, and when you start doing that, geez, you might as well just go to the shop and buy a coffee. And the milk, I'm not a fan of how they do the milk with that spinny thing in the hot pot with the spinny thing, magnetic thing down the bottom. I prefer steam. It's definitely different and much better. I prefer that anyway. So yeah, I made sure we got the machine that has the steam wand. I mean, it takes a bit longer, but well, not really in the end, because my sister's got the spinny whizzy foamer thing, and you got to clean it between every cup, because if you don't, the milk burns at the bottom and you'll never get it off. It's a pain. So you got to clean that thing out. So by the time you've made I don't know, three cups or 2 cups, you might as well have just done it in the steam, because I can do 2 cups of steam in one. We've got that silver thing that you put the milk in, and the jug, whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called, the vessel that you put the milk in, and I can do 2 cups in one hit with that. And when I pour it, I just do a little bit in the first one, a little bit in the second one, the rest in the first. Because if you do fill one up and then fill the other one up, one's really foamy and creamy and the other one's not. So you got to kind of mix them up a bit. But yeah, once you get it down pat, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the machine. We just finally got some. We're buying coffee from just up the road there, $50 a kilo. So we're starting to get a bit out of control. The coffee from the supermarket you normally find's been sitting around for a long time. So yeah, I didn't really like it. And then if you go to like the specialty coffee roasters, that's about what you're paying around here, is about $50 a kilo. So it gets a bit exy once you drink a lot of it. So what we don't have it every day. We just have normal instant coffee in the mornings during the week before work. And then we only have it on the weekends, and it actually tastes the same, but it feels like it's better because you're not having it so often. So yeah, it's much better. And I normally only have, over the weekend, I might have 2 or 3 coffees. Definitely one in the morning, and then maybe one in the arvo if we're home. Apart from today, this is like a break in tradition a little bit, but yeah. But I found a place online, and I actually got 3 kilos, three 1 kilo bags for $90 delivered, so that wasn't too bad. Free delivery, $30 a kilo. So they come in like a black bag, vacuum sealed with the one-way valve, and you know, you can break it and then tip a bit in and then reseal it as well. So that's pretty important too. You got to look at that, getting the right bag as well, because you're not going to go through a kilo very quickly. Last a few weeks, especially if you only have it on the weekends like we do. So that bag will last us a month or 2 months, you know. So you don't want your coffee going off in an open bag or anything. So you want to be able to make sure the bag's a good one with the one-way valve and the sealing strip up the top. Once you've opened it, some bags have got the one-way valve and that, but then once you cut it, there's no way of resealing it. So they kind of want you to grind the whole kilo in one hit, but I don't like doing that. Yeah, we can't do it anyway. We don't have a separate grinder. It just grinds it as it uses it. So yeah. But yeah, I love a good coffee, and that's got no sugar in it. Normally, if it's a mediocre coffee, I'll have to put sugar in it. It's just a little bit bitter, but this one's really nice, really good. So yeah, I can't wait to try it. I haven't even opened the new ones we got. So see how that goes. Anyway, I'll turn the video off here, and we'll pick it up. I'll set everything up and get ready, but I'm going to do the clothesline now. It's only... Alright, so that's what it comes with. I've just opened everything up. That's apparently a sock hanger, peg bag and some pegs. They're your arms. That must be your front. Yeah, I think that's the front. Oh, hang on. There's a picture. Yeah, okay, so that's your front, and there's nothing at the back. So it's just line. So it's only 3-sided. And then your line, and then I think that's for your line tensioning and stuff like that, and your corner brackets. That's all it comes with. It doesn't come with mounting. So I already had these. They're 8mm by 40mm. It's saying it wants 8mm by 50mm, but I mean it's gonna grip. And these are good for. I mean, I use this to hang up my dryer, which was like 20 something kilos. These are going to be fine. Can't see what each bolt can hold, but you know, it's going to be 60 kilos a bolt easy, and there's 4 bolts there, so that's plenty. That's what I got. I'm just going to use what I got. So it says to use a level. It's getting really windy here too, actually. I'm not going to bother, because I'm just going to use these lines that I've already got. Probably here, I reckon, the top one there, bottom one there, and I'll be able to walk under that then. So we'll see how we go. And I'm going to put one here and one there, like that. So that way it's over this window, it's out of the way, and that way if you do come around this corner, because if I put it there, I'm going to get my head on it. So at least here it's out of the way. We don't really come down here unless we're going to the bin, so that'll be fine. So I'll get started on that and see how we go. Okay, so I've drilled the holes and pretty much perfect, works out, so it goes in the mortar. I know you can put them in the brick, but these bricks are hollow, and I'm worried that if you get it in one of the hollow sections, I can't remember where they are, and tighten it, you're just going to rip the whole brick out. So I always try and go for mortar if I can, especially with these big 8mm fixings. So I'm going to keep it like that. The instructions say to drill your holes and mark out 1.52 meters, and then drill the other two. But what I'm going to do is screw that bracket to the wall now, and then kind of build it, and then put it all up, and then mark where the other side is. I'll measure it to make sure, but to me that makes more sense to actually assemble it and then mark where the holes are going to be rather than measure it and it might be out. So yeah, I'll give that a shot and I'll get back to you and we'll measure it and see how good the instructions are. And we're done. Not yet. So yeah, if I use that same grout line or mortar line there, you can kind of feel where it is square. You can see that, hopefully you can see that bubble. I can't really see through the screen. Yeah, and that's good enough for me. So that's what I'm going to do. So now I've got the corner pieces in. I kind of know where this is without measuring it, but what I'll do, I will measure it. But yeah, so I need a third hand, so I'll just put the camera down and mark it up, drill it, and we're done. Okay, yeah, so all up, I've strung it as well. Pretty easy. So it's all level, it's all bolted in with those nice bolts. There's no way that's coming out, and I mean you could put a swing on that, I think should be right. So it comes with this little tool. The little side is to tighten, it's 10mm, and that tightens these little things up here for the corners, like that. These worked out that these are a 10mm, so I just use my rattle gun on that, or the impact driver. Just really gentle though, because that thing will shear. I've sheared those orange bolts with that impact driver I got, so just a couple little clicks, and as soon as you hear it go, that'll go like rattling, that's it, it's tight. I use that to thread the line, just to start it on these tensioners. A little bit tricky to get it through there. And then the big side of that spanner that it comes with is just to nip these up. But yeah, you're not playing guitar on it, but they're tight enough. They'll probably loosen up in the sun, I reckon. But yeah, that works really well. That's spot on. That's really good, that. So I'll whack some clothes up for our towels on it. I just printed that out, November 23, 25 year. It comes with a 25-year warranty. I don't know how good that warranty is, but it says here it's got a 25-year warranty, structural, and then 2-year replacement for the line. That line's probably $10, so I'm not worried about that, and it's definitely going to last more than 10 years. Sorry, 2 years, because that line that we've had out there, that's probably lasted because it's not in the sun. That's a retractable one that we got over there. This one's going to be out in the sun all the time, but that's okay. That's easy to replace. That's the tensioning mechanism there. It doesn't actually tension. You got to pull it and then lock it. It's not like you turn it and it tensions as you pull it. That's how you thread it. So you start from there, easy as. Tells you how to lift it and all that kind of stuff. But easy as. Yeah, I think that's a job well done, that one. That was not bad for a quick little project. Probably hour and a half from conception, going to Bunnings and putting it up. That only took about half an hour, if that, to put it up. So yeah, not too bad. And you can tell everything's the right way. Daytek is facing up, Daytek facing up, Daytek writing, Daytek and Daytek. That's how you know everything is orientated the right way, so you can't stuff it up. Easy as, yeah. Cool, alright, well, I'll put some gear on it and we'll see what it looks like. And there we go, all done. Yeah, works as well as a clothesline should work. That's the sock thing, so I might look for some more of these for the other line, or even just use this one on the other line, because we probably wouldn't hang stuff here. But and that's the peg bag, so I'll probably have to steal some peg. Oh, actually that's probably enough for what we got here. Yeah, one-handed, gonna work. Yep, there we go. So yeah, pretty impressive. It shouldn't, no way, that's heavy enough with stuff on there. It's not gonna like lift up in the wind and then wanna collapse. Oops, what done. There you go. Yeah. So, nah, all good. Pretty happy with that. I won't tell the missus. I'll just let her find it out today when she gets home. So yeah, she'll be home soon, so that'd be pretty funny. Should film like a reaction video, but it's a clothesline. I think it's going to be a monstrous retract. What's her name? Reaction. So all good. All right. Cheers for watching. Have a good weekend. Have a drink on me, and we'll catch you next week. See ya.